Well, hey there. Just doing a little test stream. Don't mind me. As I'm building out a level for my next video. It might be fun to watch that. I'm not really a live stream kind of person. Forgive me if I'm a little quiet. Well, hey there. Can you hear me okay? I'm doing this in the slowest, most painful way possible. Can you tell? There's other ways to do this. I like to be exact. It also gives me time to think about what I'm going to do because I honestly don't always have a plan. Sometimes these things just kind of come together organically. Awesome. I'm glad you can hear me. It's good. This is the first time I've ever live streamed anything ever. And it was not, it wasn't too bad, but I didn't get it done on my first try. I had to kind of figure out what the settings were and stuff. But okay, so now we have a little box, a little roof on this part too. That in. Okay, cool. So what am I building? Any guesses? Let's see. We go inside here. And we got to tidy things up a little bit, looks like. This happens from time to time. Let's see. What do I usually do with this? Go. Let's okay. A couple of these here. Let's see. Up, up. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's just a example level. All right. So we're gonna need a door right there. Thinking about what kind of door I want to put on there. This one. Any guesses so far as to what I'm making? Awfully dark in here. Here, so we can see what we're doing. Okay. This is going to need something other than a, well, let's see, would that look okay? That's fine. All right, so we have ourselves a little chamber here. Gotta get. Sometimes it, like when you copy and paste, it does a little too much on copy and paste. Okay, it's cool. So now we have a little arena basically. Yeah, dungeon, arena, something like that. The idea here is I come in through this door here, right? And there's maybe a switch. And there's some creatures here. So we're going to have, I guess we'll probably just put some zombies in because why not? Let's see here. Let's put this guy here. Put him in there. And then we need, do this. This will work. Something like that, right? And there'll be one of those guys in each one of these doors. So the idea is we're going to come up here. We're going to see that there's a switch, maybe right here, right? So we've got to go around. Maybe I'll make this a little shorter, but either way, come around here. I might make this a little shorter. It's a little bit much. Pull the switch, right? When we do that, these doors are going to go away. And then something else will be triggered here. And basically, I've got to get to that spot. And that way I can remove all the zombies, otherwise they'll come after me. There's really no way to fight them off. That makes sense? I think I'm going to make that shorter because nobody wants to watch all that. Here's what we'll do. Let's see here. Take these down. You know what I mean? I don't always have a solid plan. I really just kind of wing it until something comes together. Okay, good. Yeah, the idea is to demonstrate the remover behavior. You ever use that? Basically, the remover behavior removes things, right? And there's actually two of them. There's one that operates from a switch, and there's one that operates from a zone. So we'll put, let's see here, definitely going to need some lights to do this one here, and then switch. Just use a basic switch. Take that one. Okay. Switched on. Okay, good. Haven't used the remover behavior. Okay. Well, that's why we do these videos, so we can all learn together. I've not either. If it makes you feel any better, I've never used the remover behavior. I don't entirely know if my idea is going to work yet. And that's kind of why I don't usually do live streams, is because, like I said, I'm more or less just guessing my way through things until something works. And then when it does, then I can show it off and say, hey, look, this is how this works. Good. Really bright though. So that's probably just because I've got that on. So that's better. Of course, it's dark the rest of the way, so I'll turn that back on in a second, but I just want to see how it's going to look on the video. All right, so we've got our switch here, and we need to be able to remove the doors. So we can just put, let's see. We'll just put it on it. I usually just pick a nearby object. It doesn't really matter what it is. We'll pick this nearby object. And here's remover behavior right there. Very simple. You just name the entity that you want to remove and it gets rid of them. Now, I imagine it's instant. I imagine it would just poof, disappear. I'm going to put this object there. There. Okay. Oops. A little turn around sometimes in here. There we go. Okay. And then we need to activate this. My little dude up here. All right. So we need to tell it what to remove. All of these should have the same name. Oops. That's not good. Copy that, put that in here. So let's give that a little test. Save our changes. The other thing you don't get to see during the videos is all the time when it sits there and like all this stuff is going to get fixed. Okay, so let's see if it removes the door. Voila. Oops. I can jump through the ceiling. It removed all the doors. See that? That's great. So all those doors go away. The zombies are released, right? And then here in the center of the room, or maybe in the corner, maybe we'll put it in the corner so it's a little harder to get to, right here somewhere, will be some sort of something like a particle effect will be activated. And the idea would be to go into the particle effect, which of course is just sitting over a zone. Meanwhile, the zombies are, closing in on you, and you go into the zone, and that removes all the zombies, and then you're able to go on from there. It's just need that anymore. Okay, so it's just my way of kind of explaining that the way the two remover behaviors can work. To fix these, I'm going to save this again because I think they really should be at 100, but I'm not going to fuss over details like that. Hey, there's Jaybird. Welcome, Jaybird. We're not going to be streaming very long. This is just a test, but I'm glad you guys are here to test, see what I'm doing. All right, so that's proof of concept 1 under control there. So now let's go ahead and do proof of concept number 2. So in order to do that, I'm just going to move these out of the way for now. Oops, that. Yep. Now let's put a couple more zombies in just because I'll need to configure those. Like this will take a little trial and error, and that's why I probably won't do the whole thing live. Just because who wants to watch that? But I think he's, just getting a sneak peek under the hood, how this all comes together. Be interesting. Let's see, this guy in there. He'll be in there. So one of the things that I'm testing for now is whether or not they're even going to be able to see me and get to me, right? Because the concept doesn't really work unless I'm under threat. So let's put this. So the doors have been removed. Now we need a particle effect right here. Particle effect, I mean, doesn't have to be anything fancy. We'll just use this one. It's fine. Let's see. Don't want to show it at start. Make it bigger. Let's come up like that. And that's got to get linked. Oh, sometimes these are hard to link. Or smart, I would have done this sooner. Or put it up there and then dragged it down, but I'm not a smart man. Okay. There we go. That's better. So that switch will also activate the particle effect and the zone, with the zone like kind of under the wall a little bit. Now, of course, the zone's got to get activated too. So actually, before I put it under, let's drag it out here, get it linked. Yep. And let's see, that's not going to be spawned at the start, and that's going to be the remover zone behavior. See, this one's a little more complicated, right? Because you got to name the zombies all the same thing, put that here, decide whether it's going to be timed or instanced. Maybe it's not all that complicated. It's more complicated than remover. You just put the name of the entity. So let's just make them all called zombie. Hey, Spicy Sausage, welcome to the party. I'm going to turn this light on so you guys can see what I'm doing. So we are testing the remove behavior and the remover zone behavior. And I'm just building a little scene here that's going to be used in a video for that explanation. And you guys are kind of getting a sneak peek at how this sort of thing comes together. Let's see. So that zone is not activated. I'm not going to tweak the zombies yet. I'm just going to leave stock for now. That zone is not activated until I switch on the little switch. All right, Max is now freezing on me. See, it's not responding. We'll give it a second. trying to save periodically. I know I sometimes get into the zone. Hopefully I don't lose too much if it crashes, but we'll see. So it seems like you guys might be interested in a live stream in the future. I was thinking about doing a live stream twice a year, just because, like I said early on, I'm not really a live stream kind of person. I don't know what to say. I think I would feel a little self-conscious, but twice a year wouldn't be too bad. And we can look at different projects that people have and talk about things that are coming together. We can figure all that out. Did you guys get to vote in the poll? I put a poll up to see if what the interest would be like. I've also talked to Lee, I've talked to Prebin, I've talked to Necrom. I'll probably put some more feelers out, and I've asked them, hey, how would you feel about jumping into the live stream? And, you don't have to stay the whole time. Just jump in, say hi, answer a few questions, things like that. So I might have some guest speakers along the way as well. Fun. Let's see. Did I put my dude up here? I'll just put him up here for now. Okay. Let's give it a test. You like this? Okay. Let's see here. All right. So first things first, our zombies are already coming out, trying to get me, which is good. And our zone is not. Well, the particle is not activated. Let's make sure the zone's activated. Now, see, the zone is activated, so we need to fix that. Don't want any false positives. So I thought, okay, so make sure that link is there. Okay, good. Let's try that again. Going over issues other developers are having in Max in a live stream would be very good. Yeah, I think so too. Because I have trouble all the time, believe it or not, and so it would be nice to kind of bounce ideas off each other of like, oh, what did you do to overcome this issue or that issue? It would be very good. All right, so just verify. So see, I think it is activating it, but it's not activating the particle. So this is a good example. Like, things don't always come together perfectly at first, even for me, and just have to fuss with it until it gets it right. These walls keep jumping down. If I were a smart person, I would lock these so they wouldn't keep doing that. A few troublesome ones. Hopefully the other ones won't do that. All right, am I on dev test? I am on dev test. So it could also be a problem. Let's see here. Kind of, I described recently Max as being a little bit like sand painting, right? It's very beautiful, but it's also a little delicate. So you bump it and it's a little messed up sometimes, especially in dev tests. So you have to be patient and account for that sort of thing. Hey, Kamazka? Am I pronouncing that right? I hope I am. Use activating particles via switch reported. Oh, good to know. See, that's very helpful, because I would have probably tinkered with this a little bit until I eventually went into the board and said, okay, why is this not working? So instead, we'll do. Thank you for the tip. I appreciate that. So instead, what we're going to do, and I used to lose these things. Dungeons here. Try to stick with the same objects anyways. So we will do pictures again. We'll just do this one. And I'm not trying to get it perfect. I always kind of tweak things and make them look nicer later. Yeah, goal here is to just make sure that it works. Needs to be a toggle light. Oh. Be off by default. So the question is, can I stretch this thing? There we go. Okay, so that'll help me. But it was activating the zone, which is good. It says removers. Okay, so let's see if it works this time. I had the sand painting. Yes, exactly. One wrong pump. Yeah, exactly. It happens, so there you go. Lights on, which is great. There's the zombies coming out trying to get me. Come into the zone. No more zombies. Boom, bam. See? All comes together. Hey, Frank. How's it going? Welcome. Like the idea of the live stream, bouncing ideas and stuff. That's awesome. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you jumping in. I didn't expect anybody to even notice I was doing this, to be perfectly honest. I just decided I was going to try out live streaming. And, the first blood moon is the 14th of March. And it just so happens my wife and I will be traveling, going to Washington State that week. So if I try to do a broadcast, I'm going to have to do it from the hotel room. So I'm not sure, but I think I'm going to try. And this was kind of that first initial test to see like, what does it take? I've never done this before. So it's a good opportunity for that. Oh, okay. Well, enjoy your supper. Spicy sausage. I actually had spicy sausage for lunch. Guys, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. It's neat to connect with you live, but like I said, I'm not trying to do a full live stream tonight. So, thanks for joining. I'm going to end it here, though. Okay. Have a good night. I got to figure out how to end it. It might be a minute.